Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So alhamdulillah, we've gone through the effect that sin has upon us and how it brings us sadness. And we've spoken of many ways that we can repel this feeling from us. One being the salah, being grateful and content, being patient, having tawakkul, and directing our longing to Allah. We left one, that is charity, as-sadaqah. One of the greatest barriers we can set between us and this feeling, this unwelcome, this unpleasant feeling. But subhanAllah, it said about charity that it is like a perfume. It benefits the user, the seller, and the buyer, subhanAllah. And wallahi, I want you all to kind of just ponder back at a moment where you were walking down the street and you've seen a man who was in need, and alhamdulillah, you had something, even if it was just a couple bucks, you gave it to them, just $1. And nowadays, you could probably can't even get a candy bar for $1. But to you, like, alhamdulillah, you get this feeling, oh, alhamdulillah, I did something good. And in your eyes, it's something minuscule. It's $1. What is this? La wallah, in the eyes of Allah, it is great. An example of this is in the story of the prostitute that was given the ultimate paradise, the ultimate gift, eternal paradise. For what? What did she do? What can you imagine she did to grant this reward after going through a life of accumulating Allahu a'lam how many sins? What did she do? She quenched the thirst of a dog, a kalb, an animal. Yet in the eyes of Allah, this was so great that He granted it to her. He granted paradise after the life that she had led. SubhanAllah. So can we imagine what Allah would give to us, what Allah would reward us with if we quench the thirst of a human being, rather a Muslim, one of our brothers and sisters in Islam. But alhamdulillah, today we have come with an opportunity for you all to take advantage of, to inshaAllah get the reward of Al-Jannah. And who of us here does not want Al-Jannah? I came here on behalf of Pure Hands, Al-Ayadi Al-Naqiyya. It is an organization, one of the biggest and the only organizations working in Al-Yemen. And as I'm sure many of you know, it is in one of the most severe situations, wallahi. Actually, the UN stated that it is the worst humanitarian crisis since World War II. It has a population of 28 million people, and more than half, 17 million people are starving. 19 million people are struggling to find clean water. And due to that, thousands are dying to disease. So alhamdulillah, we have packages. First being, for $250, you'll be able to give ma, khala, wa dawa, water, food, and drink to a family of 8 for a whole month. And we also have a package for $3,000 for a whole year to feed their hungry, to quench their thirst, and to heal them, inshaAllah, bi'idhnillah. And remember, لَن تَنَالُوا الْبِرَّ حَتَّى تُنْفِقُوا مِمَّا تُحِبُّونَ, that you will never attain the good reward until you spend in the way of Allah from that which you love. And I'd like to end with 2 last points. The first being a ayah, wallahi, I hope that you all take this home, and I want you to practice it, and I want you to really understand the meaning of this. أَلَا بِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ تَطْمَئِنُّ الْقُلُوبِ. Unquestionably, by the remembrance of Allah, hearts are assured. SubhanAllah. And lastly, I'd like to leave you with a piece of advice. A piece of advice that I want you all to take home with you, that is very simple for you all to do even right now. And that is to smile. Smile, ya ikhwani. Smile. For the Rasul said, smiling in the face of your brother is a charity. We're just talking about charity. And the great reward we get from charity. SubhanAllah, just smiling. So inshallah, after the salah, we will have a fundraiser. My father Adel here is going to go. And inshallah, after the salah, after you sit there and you make salam, and you look over to your left and to your right, to your brother or your sister, and you salam alaykum, and you smile. You give them a great big smile, inshallah. You also raise your hand and you give us a big smile, inshallah. Ibadallah, inna Allah malaikatahu yusalluna ala al-nabi. Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu sallu alayhim wa sallimu taslima. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم لا تدع لنا في يومنا هذا ذنبا إلا غفرته، ولا هما إلا فرجته، ولا دينا إلا قضيته، ولا مريضا إلا شفيته، ولا عسيرا إلا يسرته. اللهم أعزنا وأعز الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم احقن دماء المسلمين في اليمن وفي سائر بلاد المسلمين. اللهم اجعل لإخواننا في اليمن من كل هم فرجا، ومن كل ضيق مخرجا، واحفظهم من الفتن ما ظهر منها وما بطن. اللهم اغفر لنا ولإخواننا الذين سبقونا بالإيمان، ولا تجعل في قلوبنا غلا للذين آمنوا. ربنا إنك رؤوف رحيم. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اذكروا الله العظيم يذكركم واشكروه يزدكم ولذكر الله تعالى أكبر. والله يعلم ما تصنعون. وأقيموا الصلاة.